You're listening to the Apollo Podcast Network.
3, 2, 1.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Beyond the Diamond podcast here on the Apollo Podcast Network. Brian Lalima, Apollo Dez here with you. Follow us on Twitter at BLima790, at Apollo Dez1, and of course at Apollo HOU. And Dez, the season is just about to conclude. There are two series left after the Astros go for a sweep against the Los Angeles Angels tonight, which is Thursday night. We're doing, a little bit of a watch party, but right now we are recording another edition of Beyond the Diamond. And the Astros won a thriller in extra innings last night, Wednesday night, game 2 of the series. There's a lot to take from these last couple games. And I think the biggest thing is, what we hit on last episode, but it's going to continue to roll, is what's the rotation going to look like?
No, the best thing about all of it is the first series is only 5. So you can roll out 3.
Yeah.
And then figure it out for 4. And then you roll back with Lance game 5. So you're going to roll out Lance, Framber, Garcia. That's a given. Zach Greinke is now a mystery all of a sudden. Odorizzi's now a mystery because his foot hurts and he's throwing a bullpen. He's not throwing a bullpen.
Yeah.
He's throwing a 20-pitch full bullpen.
I was going to say, so
I don't know what he's doing.
Right.
And then
Never know what he's doing back there.
And then you have Urquidy, who looked dominant for 5 and then hit the wall, and he's not ready for that. So he's going to have to piggyback. I don't know. I think the biggest thing is if you play the White Sox, you're going to have the opportunity to get in a slugfest if you want. 2, if you do backdoor the 1 seed, you're probably going to have the Blue Jays or the Yankees. I don't know. I think the Yankees are going to be out because they have.
I don't even think the Yankees are going to get there.
I mean, if they do,
yeah.
Producer Josh said the Yankees have
Boston, Toronto, and the Rays.
If the Yankees get through that in their final 9 games, that's scary because that means they're fucking rolling.
They are clicking on all cylinders if they get through those.
And then I'm a little bit worried with that. I think we just should cruise for the 2 seed. I want to play the White Sox. White Sox are frauds.
I don't want to run into one of the wild card teams. I really don't. So whether it be the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, the Yankees, shit, even if somehow Seattle sneaks in there, because Seattle won again today, and they are now they are 6 or 7 games back, but they're in the 2 seed in the West, obviously climbing up the AL wild card. I think the Blue Jays are going to be the wild card winner. They're playing the hottest baseball right now. But when you look at the Astros, you talk about a back door. It's really not even a back door anymore because they're only 2.5 out of that number 1 seed, and they have a 3-game set at home against Tampa. So
I highlighted it last week, and I said that it's all right there in front of them to go get it. Now they can choose if they want to go get it or not. Obviously, you're going to try to win every single game you're going to play, but having home field throughout the AL is going to be great. Having it for the first round is even better because it's a 5-game stint.
Yeah, and the debate going forward in the next probably 2 weeks, week and a half is going to be, there's going to be 2 things, and we've already hit on one of them. What's the rotation going to look like? And then do you go for the 1 seed or do you stay at the 2 seed? I think the way that I see it, I would rather the Astros have the 2 seed. But then again, obviously you go out there and you want to win every single game. So play your best baseball, let the cards fall as they will, and then battle it in the playoffs. If you are hitting on all cylinders, hitting your stride going into October, and that means you take over the 1 seed, then shit, ride it out and go with it, because that means you're clicking at the right times. And the way that this lineup is producing, what Jordan did last night with that home run to right center, what Chaz is doing, what Jake Myers is doing, what Aledmus Diaz is doing. And then, of course, then you're going to have Yuli. Michael Brantley hit a quote-unquote lull in his rehab. That's fine. I can honestly see them saying, hey, take your time. Don't push this. And then you've got Altuve, Correa, and the rest of the gang. So for me, play your best baseball, figure out the rotation, and just win, and then play it how you think it's gonna, or let the cards fall as they will, so to speak.
Yeah, and I think the other part of it all is who's actually going to be on the roster, at least for the DS, because it's a 5-game series, best of 5. the leashes are a little bit tighter on that. If you do play the White Sox, they're going to stack righties. So you got to look at see if any of those righties have reverse splits. If not, you're probably only carrying Brooks Raley. So Taylor's out. 2, if you do have the White Sox, is it Maton or is it Javier?
Yeah,
and I'm on Team Javier in this case because Javier brings the possibility of a piggyback guy. 1, 2, if something goes squirrely with the starter that gets injured or gets tossed or whatever, he can go eat 4 or 5 innings. He's done it. He's been the starter before. Where Phil Maton is just a 1-inning guy, and he has the stuff. He had a rough go the last night where he gave up, I believe, 5 runs.
Yeah, he gave up all 5 runs.
All 5 runs.
Yeah, no
charged to him.
Right, all charged to him. No other pitcher surrendered a run.
And he had what? I saw. people were mentions about he had 10 appearances in a row where 11 scoreless appearances in a row. But they were unforgettable. They were forgettable. I guess as a reliever, that's good.
Yeah.
When you're not being remembered for that, I guess that's a good data point. I'd have to go back and see if they were high leverage spots or whatever. But
we've been scoring about 7
true.
A game for the past.
Yeah, the offense has been able to, and you can go out there. It's a different thing, right? It's if you're going out there to pitch and you have a 7-run lead, yeah, it's easy. But last night it was a 3-0 game, and we saw it spiral out of control instantly. And obviously, the best thing about it was the Angels' bullpen is atrocious because they spent all the money on 4 players that 2 of them aren't even in the lineup. But you have this opportunity in front of you with the last 9 games to play yourself in or out of the playoff roster.
Yeah.
I think Javier has a little bit of confidence problems. He seems like he doesn't have that moxie and flow that we've seen from him. So I don't know if you carry that guy. Yeah, he can eat 5-6 innings, but if he has no confidence, that's not going to do shit. And then Maton, you have one hand, 5 runs given up, and the other one, all those scoreless appearances. So it's an interesting dynamic with those last few roster spots.
And so with the roster spot for the playoffs, it's 26-man roster,
for
right?
the DS.
Is it for the DS? Either 25 or
so.
26. Because I think it for the last month of the season it goes up to 28, and then they take it back down to 26, if I'm not mistaken. And we can look that up right now. We've got producer Josh here.
So I mean, it's just
looking that up, but I guess it comes down to how many pitchers are you going to carry compared to how many position players are you going to carry?
Correct.
Because then that's going to dictate what pitchers fill up those last 2 spots or even that last spot. Because right now, to me, I think it's a no-brainer. You keep Christian Javier over Phil Maton. I think Maton has the stuff. We've talked about this before. Maton needs a full offseason with the Astros staff. Work with Brent Strom, work with the analytics department. His mechanics seem a little off as of late. So I think have some tweaks, and I think going into spring training of 2022, just for Phil Maton as he's concerned, I think that's really what he needs, because I do firmly believe that he has the stuff. You just got to put it all together. And we've seen it happen with numerous pitchers that come from other organizations, and they come into the Astros and they get things fixed, and then they become, really solid pitchers. So for Maton, I think in the DS, I don't think he makes the roster. I really don't. I think you go with Christian Javier. And again, with Christian Javier, he's got a little bit more experience, but man, is it just me? And I know you kind of hit on it, but it seems like the electricity behind his stuff isn't there lately. I can't pinpoint what's going on, but again, I think you keep him on the playoff roster, especially for the ALDS with that short 5-game series. And we did confirm that it is a 26-man roster, so that's going to dictate who gets that last pitching spot. So
gun to your head right now.
Gun to my head.
Siri or Marwin?
Oh man, I'm going with Marwin just because of the experience.
What?
Just because of the experience factor.
Dude, no, he's a goal.
Put a young kid in then.
Put a hoodie on Marwin. He's a
on him.
cheerleader on the bench. Rah
Nope.
guy.
Wait, are we talking full playoffs or just ALDS?
ALDS. Fuck, give me
Okay,
speed, dude.
ALDS.
You're already platooning with Myers and Chaz.
Okay.
Brantley's still banged up. He's probably not coming back for till playoff start.
Uh-huh.
He's one banged up knee away from we needing an outfielder. You're not going to throw Jordan out there. Now you're burning your DH. What are you going to do? You got to go Siri. Are you utility guy?
Marwin can play outfield.
Dude, come on. quit living in 2017.
Hey man,
Grow up, Peter Pan.
It's a experience factor for me. But ALDS, I'll go with Siri.
You just
Okay, here. Let's But I said for the whole
I talked you
playoffs.
into it?
Yeah, you did. But let's take a step back from that. Let's take away from playoffs real quick.
Okay.
Look at what the Astros outfield is going to look like in a couple years. You're going to have Kyle Tucker. You will have Jake Myers, Jose Siri, Chaz.
Who would have thought Miles Straw was the thing holding the damn bat?
Exact. That's what I'm saying. Can you believe?
Who would have
This is
thought?
where I start to yell. Can you believe that people were mad that Miles Straw was traded? Think about that. Look at what this outfield is going to be for the Astros in the future. This is and what they're doing this season? Come on. Why were we upset about Miles Straw?
I was not one of the.
I was not either. I wanted him to be DFA'd in week 2.
We now have a surplus of outfielders. Okay, you go get Correa. Let's shift it all. You go get Correa. You lock him up. You could finally the Crane administration puts a contract out there that's just crazy. Blows everyone's minds. We get our guy. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. You can drop that little graphic, And
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That's good.
that's actually pretty good. Like we do that right when we signed Carlos.
Yeah.
And so where I was going with all of this, you have a surplus of outfielders. You have Jeremy Pena, who is possessed hitting right now. What better thing than put a little Siri sauce and a little Pena sauce, package them up, and go get a front end guy?
Oh, damn. You want to get rid of those guys.
If you sign Carlos Correa, you don't need a Jeremy Pena.
No,
anymore.
true. Very true.
And you have a surplus of
So if
outfielders. You sell high on Siri,
For
bada
sure.
bing, bada boom, you get a front end guy.
If you get a front end guy, go get a power arm.
Yeah.
That's what the Astros lack, is a power arm. I love what Lance McCullers does, but he's not that perennial power arm. He's got the high velocity fastball, but he's got pitches that run for days, right? So he's not that. I want a guy.
I want a JV and Cole.
I want a JV or a Cole. Absolutely. I want what Forrest Whitley should have been. Not saying that he can't get back to that guy, but I'm, it's I feel less likely that he's going to get back to that. But go get a perennial guy. And I know we're talking, a year down the road, but plus you got, you have Justin Verlander and Zach Greinke coming off the books. I mean, my goodness, man, it's going to be.
There's not. I mean, there's.
It's going to be a beautiful thing to see what the Astros really do in the offseason.
There's not a power arm.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
Bauer's going to be in
Okay, Bauer's never going to play again.
Never play again. Greinke's free agent. Verlander's.
He's going to go back to Detroit and retire.
Okay. Kershaw.
No.
Probably, maybe be a Ranger. Yeah, I got it right. Oh, is this power arms? I'm just running through the free agents. Johnny Cueto. I thought he retired 10 years ago.
He's still playing?
Yeah, he's still playing.
Okay.
Still collecting checks.
Good
All
for
right,
him.
this is where you start getting into the range that you could possibly go get, but they're not a power. Marcus Stroman. with Stromy in our department could be filthy, but he said some things about the Astros before, so he's got to clear that air up.
You're talking about a trade, not a free agent.
I'm talking about free agent.
But you're talking about
That is an arm, producer Josh. That's one of my guys that I've been talking about for 5 years.
Siri and Pena.
Go get Luis Castillo.
I like it.
Dude is electric. But the Reds are playing.
The Reds are playing good baseball.
I mean, it's the Cardinals. The Cardinals are going to.
Cardinals are playing good baseball as well. Did you see what Paul Goldschmidt did today?
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness.
He's literally willing them.
Okay, and then here's
Kevin Gossman. I mean, he just figured out this year he's a free agent. That's going to be a lot of money.
Here's another thing to think about. Yordan Alvarez is essentially a Houston Astro. He's not an unrestricted free agent until 2026. He's got one more year of team control in 2022. Then he's arbitration for the next 3 years, 23, 24, 25, and then he becomes a free agent in 26. That's insane to me.
Dude, our core is there.
It is there.
And Tucker's going to be there.
It is there. Future MVP Kyle Tucker.
Future MVP Kyle Tucker. Look, there's an arm that I would buy high on, or buy low on, excuse me. And he hasn't lived up to it. He's been injured quite a bit. But Noah Syndergaard. He's a free agent.
I wanted Noah Syndergaard like
You probably would have traded
2 years
Tucker.
ago.
You
I would have. I wanted.
Remember
I
that
did-
those rumors
yes.
of Tucker for Noah?
Yeah, for sure.
you
I
definitely
wanted that
would.
because I wanted another power arm.
Yeah. Our producer Josh.
We're probably gonna get ripped. Hey, we'll get ripped for that take
Which one?
for wanting Noah Syndergaard because everyone's passed and
I would
done on him.
throw a dart on.
I would. Fuck yeah, I
Bring him
would.
in,
Yeah.
something low. You have money.
I
to
have
spend.
such a belief in what Brent Strom and that group does with pitchers that I would take a chance on a guy like Noah Syndergaard. I mean, that
Why
dude,
not?
shit, if he can stay healthy.
There is one name that I want to go get, and we can shift it back to this season. But John Gray,
Oh, dude.
you give me
Yeah,
John Gray,
yeah.
I'll be a very happy camper.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah.
Him and Lance Framber. Oh,
Yeah.
Garcia, Urquidy. Oh. Anyways, shifting back to what's going on now as we're wrapping up the show, we're 9 games left
Yep.
by the time this is coming out.
Yep.
3 against Oakland, 3 against Tampa, 3 against Oakland. You have to play 500 ball essentially to.
That's
to
the
just- to roll.
bare minimum.
You have an opportunity to either chase down the 1 seed. You have an opportunity to win the West before the last week, and with all that going on, you got to get healthy. So
Yeah.
it allows, if you wrap it up sooner, it allows your guys to, your Brantleys, your Dons, all these guys that are banged up, your Bregmans, to get some rest before you get into October, where it means more. So I think you just go for it now, and then you start resting guys. You
Yeah.
have the taxi squad, you have all this stuff. I think that's what the game plan should be.
So the magic number right now stands at 3.
3
Mhm.
as of the 23rd of September.
Yep. So 3. Yeah. I mean, play the best baseball you can. Don't rush back Michael Brantley. Get Jordan healthy. You know, not saying he's injured, he's sore. That's fine. I mean, the big body was playing a lot of outfield, which he's not used to this season. So get him healthy. You know, utilize the younger guys that like guys like Jake Myers, Chaz. Get Marwin more reps. Get Diaz more reps. Get all those guys in. Continue to play good baseball again. Like I said earlier in the show, if you get the 1 seed, so what? That means you're playing good baseball, rolling into October, hitting
You're
your
gonna have to beat a
strikes.
good team.
Right, no matter
Doesn't
what.
matter what.
It's the playoffs.
So
Anything
go
can
get the fucking
happen.
1 seed.
Yeah.
Go get the 1 seed.
Yeah.
The one thing, how do you say this, Josh? The spot track? Spot track? What's
yeah, it's a spot track.
Spot track? Do
Yeah.
you know what?
Great website.
Do you know what Carlos Correa's market value, according to them right now, of how he's played?
Market value like AAV
per year.
or per year or what it?
Like what they, I guess I could be totally wrong, but this is what I'm assuming. The second column
Yeah, it's a value. Like
is the
that.
value of what he's doing right now, like what it would be. So we're paying him 11.7 million, right?
Mm-hmm. Was it
Is that
28?
correct? 11.7 million. Anyways, that's what's on the sheet.
It's got to be over 20, right?
26.6.
Oh, I said 28.
What value we're getting?
Wow.
Unbelievable season.
That's
Should
why
win the Gold
30
Glove.
So 30 is no problem.
So Luis Garcia should win Rookie of the Year. Kyle Tucker should get MVP votes. Jordan could get MVP votes. Carlos Correa is going to win a Gold Glove. And just continue getting fucking...
Lance is third in Cy Young.
Lance doesn't get Cy Young votes. The Golden Age is still extended for
It's-
another 5.
The window is
Another 5.
The
The window's nowhere. Everyone was panicking. The window's closing.
Yep.
Greinke's gone. Verlander's gone. The window's closed. It's not. It's wide the fuck open.
Yeah, now it's wide. It's definitely
It's wide the fuck
definitely open again.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So what? We got 3 series left. It's gonna be a grind. It's gonna be a grind. Are you ready? For us, I'm talking not the Astros. For us,
Oh, dude.
are you ready?
I'm
Well, I mean, you.
I'm ready to party, dude.
Look, are you?
I'm ready to
You
party,
ready to
dude.
party?
No free ads.
Producer Josh, you ready to party?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. What's your prediction? Going into let's just do the Oakland series.
Okay.
3 games in Oakland.
Oakland's playing like absolute shit.
But I mean, their backs against the wall. They have to win.
they have to win. True. So
That's when teams are the deadliest.
you've got Greinke, Framber, Odorizzi going for the Astros.
Odo's not back yet. It'll be
Okay, so I'm just looking at the
we don't-
schedule. Yeah,
yeah.
so we don't know. So that'll be a TBD. Okay, so it's Greinke, Valdez, TBD. man.
We just gotta win one there.
I say they take 2 out of 3.
2 out of
honestly,
3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say they're gonna.
They got Montez, Manaea, and Blackburn throwing for the A's, and the A's are not playing well. I know
that's their season. This is their World Series. I'm absolutely frightened going into Oakland.
I'm not.
I'm frightened.
I'm not. I'm really not. I'm really interested to see how Greinke throws that first game. It's man, I hate to say it's like the most. It's the most important game that he's thrown in a long time because everyone is down on him right now.
Is there a timeline where Zach Greinke's not on the playoff roster, but he's not starting?
Dude, it's right now. Look how bad he is.
Do you start Zach Greinke in the DS?
If he's on the roster, he's starting.
Again, we talked about this. It depends on where you're playing, right? So man, dude, I never thought in a million years we would be actually having this hypothetical question about Zach Greinke because he's been such a good arm for so long.
You're going Lance, you're going Framber. I mean, I have more confidence sitting Garcia and Urquidy out there than I am.
If you have your first 2 games at home, then you throw Lance game 1 and you throw Zach Greinke game. I don't know, dude.
Hear me out. Game 4, you start Greinke and you piggyback with Urquidy.
I wouldn't mind that.
And then game 5, you have Lance.
So you go
Lance, Framber, Garcia. Greinke starting game 4 with
short
Urquidy
leash.
Piggyback.
I like that because Greinke's for sure going to get you 4 for sure.
That means Urquidy just needs to get me 3.
Then
3 or 4
to play devil's advocate here, it's Zach Greinke gets into the playoffs and then he throws a gem of 8-inning baseball. So it's like, what Zach Greinke are you going to get? That's the frustrating part.
Yeah.
Because when he's on, he's good. He's not overpowering you, but man, he's so crafty.
We may have to look at his.
It's going to be this is, like I said on one of the last episodes is, the home and away splits. That's what we talked about.
Away, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Game 4, Zach Greinke in Chicago.
Ride it out.
In Chicago with the circus and zoo around him. Fucking this, his moment. That will be his. What's that movie with Costner?
That's his one shining moment.
With Costner.
Field of Dreams.
Nope.
The Rookie.
Nope. That's Dennis Quaid.
Oh, it's Dennis Quaid. Okay, classic mix-up.
He was a pitcher for the Tigers who had a perfect game against the Yankees.
Or
Love of the Game. No.
Oh.
Was it for Love of the Game?
God, we sound like jackasses. We have computers. Let's use them. And we have a producer. What?
It is for Love of the Game.
Okay, you're right.
Yes, by Sam Raimi. He also made Spider-Man 2. Big Spider-Man guy, dude. Yeah, it was. Anyways, that's his moment. If you haven't seen the movie, watch it. I think that's the movie I'm talking about.
I think Greinke has to be in the rotation.
Okay.
So
I think we're done.
Is that it? Good way to end it.
Yeah. Segment 1.
Brought
to you by Rooms to Go.
1 and 1 only. One take beyond the diamond is what they call us.
Yeah, they call that.
That too. That's fine. We had pizza. We had a couple of the dogs going nuts. But that's going to do it for another edition of Beyond the Diamond podcast here on the Apollo Podcast Network. As always, Des, you got anything before we get out of here?
Just win, baby. Just win.
By the time you hear this, the Astros will have a magic number of 2.
Ooh.
Book it.
Wow.
That's going to do it. Thanks for watching.
Saucy.
Thanks for listening. Till next time, we'll see you later. Peace.
Love you guys.